Unlock your wealth, unlock and clear money blockages. So how does that look in the system? How is that in your system? Often I find when working with people around finances, business, they have got an old grievance with somebody or with maybe finances where it was not resolved or they gave it in a begrudging way. So if you lock into a bad deal or a divorce or a settlement that you don't feel good about that money, you resent to give that money, you don't mean the true balance, the true exchange. This itself is a huge block in the system because this will leave you in that transaction and those money blocks. Always for me, it's to give with abundance, blessings, and learning from the transaction or the opportunity or the investment or to balance the systems. So in this webinar, what I want to do is I want to take a look, with your permission, at your ancestral belief systems around money. I know my system in my ancestral system was more or less a lot of scarcity, a lot of poverty, a lot of working hard, a lot of blame to the establishment, to anyone with money, a lot of guilt about having money. So these were topics that was really present in my life, and also about judging oneself, about being abundant, about a lifestyle. It was very judgmental in my own system around having a good lifestyle and the qualities of life. So for me, finances is not about the money, it's about the quality that money can bring me and my family and the people around me. And then how can I support the field also with those finances? So everything that comes into my life around abundance is setting part of me free to expand the full expression of myself. I don't need it. And at the same time, it's serving me in a very abundant way, and it's serving everybody as support too. So we are, in a way, a hologram, and we are playing. What fields are we playing in? And what I mean by that is that when you go into the channel of creation, it is gold, it is abundant, it is unlimited. And, for example, even transition is unlimited potential to recreate your life, your new life. So if you really get out of the dogmas of money, the belief systems of money, the restraints of money, and the captivity and the slavery and the attachment to physical goods, you're completely in a channel of abundance. And anything you bring into that system will bring abundance up in your life. And anything you drop in will be a snowball effect. It will multiply. Because that is creation. That is the blessings of creation. There's no judgments in the system. It's ourselves. It's our ancestors judging the system. It's ourselves caging ourselves in a specific level of finances too. So why is it that you see certain people living extravagant abundance, but for them it's normal? In their systems, it's normal. Why is there people with no money and they're in extravagance of joy and abundance because they have everything, all their needs? So everything's about balance, and then where you choose to play, where do you choose? It's like going on a holiday in this planet. We're here on this journey. So where do we want to play? What do we need for the journey? What would bring ease and joy to that journey? How can I open up abundance for myself, but also for the family and the ones around me, and then to serve the higher purpose? There's even some businesses I work with, which for me is the best. They're really being clear and honest, just saying, Damien, I want to make money for me, my family, ancestral wealth, but I also want to make impact in the world. And I'd say, wow, fantastic. Let's work with that system. That's a beautiful system because that is clear, transparent, no manipulation, no games, and really allow the field of creation to support that person and that business. So abundance is something that is creation, it's creativity. And then the more you have in abundance, if you use it wisely and creatively, then you can spread that wealth of abundance and freedom to the people around you and the communities around you. So then you can start really manifesting a legacy of abundance, not only for you, your family, but also for the ones around you. And it's interesting. I also lived for many years in also the island of Mykonos in front of Delos, and Delos was the island of abundance. So it's the island of decadence in a way, where the gods chose to live with celebrating life and the fruits of life. Now you could have a lot of judgments to that system, and at the same time, it's like the bees collecting the nectar. There's so much nectar out there, and they bring it back to the queen. And then they produce, for example, the royal jelly, and then the wealth, the different qualities of life. So, what frequencies are you in, and what frequencies are you accepting? And then, are you attaching to old belief systems of poverty, of limiting belief systems? Often I work with people and they say, Damien, I believe I should be more than this. I believe it's not coming from me. I believe I can feel in my system I have a lot more to give to the world. I feel in my system, for example, with my finances, it's not on the correct frequency. It's not on the level I'm capable of. So then we open up the systems and we take a look. So usually there's ancestral belief systems, or there's a belief system, or there's a wound, or an entanglement with somebody in the past where they are captured and they are limiting their potency of creativity and manifestation. So in this webinar, I really want to open up your channel, your money funnel of abundance, and to have a beautiful relationship with money as creation, to clear anything around the feeling of dirty money. There is dirty money in the field. Yes, there is dirty money in families. There is dirty inheritance in families. So you want to make sure you don't go into those systems and clean them within you. And then open up to the good things, the good qualities of the finances. And then what are you going to do with it? So often, for example, if someone wants to increase their finances, I'd say, okay, so what are you going to do when you get it? What is the motivation driving you? And this makes a big difference in the system. So when you are clear about what is the attachment with money, what is behind it? Why do you need money? Why do you want to upgrade? Why do you want to increase your money? What are you going to do with that money? How are you going to change your system, your life, your family's life, the collective life, or the people around you? It makes a difference. And when you bring in the higher purpose in the system, it really opens up unlimited potential because it's only frequency. The entire thing is a game of frequency. And then what has limited your frequency from connecting to abundance? Often I have to, with myself, I had to really bring into my system that in my ancestral line, the judgments of money was very strong, and the religious belief systems from Catholic Ireland was very strong about money and abundance, and also my lifestyle. When I bought my first home, it was in a very nice area, and I was even told, don't tell people where you live. So this is how much the ancestors were judging my system and capping my system, my finances. So there was shame in the system. So I needed to clear that. Now, how did I clear that? It's a good question because it is a very valid question and something I needed to address. And I was fortunate enough to realize at a young age that I'm not going to get it from my own ancestors. I'm not going to get it from my own family system. So I started to consciously appreciate people around me who were abundant, people around me who were successful, people around me who enjoyed their wealth, people around me who lived their wealth in a very beautiful way. And this changed my frequency. And this opened a new destiny, a new life, a new lifestyle. So everything you can change in the system, but it's like freeing up the mindsets to be comfortable. I have a friend and I say, wow, I love you. I love the way you're comfortable in wealth. I love the way you're comfortable in wealth. This is a very strong frequency to hold. Not many people can hold that frequency. Can you be comfortable in wealth? How do you feel? Can you sit into it? Can you be it? Can you accept it? Can you accept it? I remember the home I had, and it was in a forest. It was a very beautiful home, and it was very, yeah, it was a nice one. And a friend came to stay, and he says, Damien, you have this incredible place, and you're sitting under the stairs on the cheap sofa under the stairs, and instead you have this huge living room, and you're not on the sofa in the living room. You're under the stairs in the living room. And I was looking at it, and I was like, oh my God, you're right. I haven't even accepted the home. Another Greek friend, when I moved into a home here in Greece, he was saying, like, I wish you the best. I wish you all blessings. And it's very important now, Damien. Make sure you love your home, because then if you love the home, accept the home, the home will take care of you and love you back. So wealth is a frequency. And if you see the home as a spirit and you don't accept the love from that spirit, you're living in that home and you're saying, I don't accept you. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I don't let you take care of me. How would the spirit of the home feel with you? You're kicking yourself out of your own house. So where are you not valuing the blessings of your life? And it can be the small things. Where are you not valuing your life and your wealth? Where are you limiting your wealth in your life? Where are the blockages in your system? Where are they coming from? Let's play with them. Let's open them. Let's change them and enjoy wealth. Enjoy life with ease, with grace, with blessings, with fortune, with joy. I had very strong in my system as well about working. I still work a lot, But for me, yeah, I get so much out of it. It's my purpose. I love it. So I really, that's my creation. That's my creation field. I love to do that. And there was a point in my life where I felt like, oh, I'm working hard, but it was working in a working way, like it's hard. So I changed the belief system and I opened up my life and I said, my life is a holiday. My life is a holiday. And since that moment where it took me a while to sit into that belief system and to change my system, to open up my entire life as a holiday, why should I wait for 2 weeks in the summer? How about if my whole life was the holiday? How would that be? How would that work for me? So then, with that belief system, then my life changed. And I felt that every day is a holiday. So do you see the way that by changing a belief system in my system, there was a life change. So this is how you can be captured or freed. But first, I needed to find out what was in my subconsciousness. First, I needed to work through my ancestral and then look for the frequencies from the outside because I wasn't in my ancestral line. And it's in me on some level, but I couldn't get it into my body. I couldn't get it into my life. Abundance is in you already. It's in your cells, it's in your vibration. But can you let it in deeper into your cells? Can you let it into your life? And this is what I have been working with over the years and working with billionaires, working with creators who change the world in a very positive way and who are making huge impact. And people who have no money are now changing the world. People who have modest lives are now changing the world. So I work with the entire spectrum. I recently, well, a few months ago, I was in a slum in Kenya, and there was this little child, and she got out and she was radiant with joy and happiness. And I got out to her and she was just beaming joy with me and creativity and playing. And what was she playing with? She was playing with a ball of cow dung. She had molded it into a ball and she was playing with this ball. And she was so happy with it and so happy to show me it. So that moment of connection was this beautiful, abundant girl in the middle of it looked like hell, but it was absolute abundance. She was in the moment, present, content, playing, excited to show me. So abundance is about the moment, living the moment, being in the moment, appreciating the moment, being grateful for the moment, and celebrating and then sharing. She wanted to share it with me. So this for me is the key, sharing. And this changes systems. I remember when I had to move, when I was living in Budapest, I had a very nice place, but I was moving to another place. And part of that belief systems, I was really capping my finances because I was capping that I don't have that amount of money. I can't get the money. I'm being stupid thinking I can get that money. I'm not good enough. It's too much. What will people think? All these belief systems came up. And what changed it was really what really helped me to let in the system was, okay, if people come to this place, it's a journey of going through a forest. It's a meditation. They can sit and wait on the balcony looking at the forest and the birds and the nature. Of course, of course, I accept it. So that in itself changed the system and working at other systems within me. So do you see the way you can change something with a belief system? Change something with a belief system. So what was also big, maybe at one point in 6 months, is going to be very small. So always give with grace, blessings, abundance, joy, a snowball effect. Wish them well with the money, millionfold to you, and then accept what's coming back. So I want to open up a lot of keys, a lot of gifts, and unlock financial wealth for you with ease, with joy, with grace, and manifestation. This is something to celebrate, and why not? You deserve it. So I invite you to be part of this webinar and open up your abundance, your wealth, your keys for success, and enjoy life. And feel in, how would it feel that every day you're on holidays? Every day is an opportunity to create wealth for yourself, your family, and to change and create impact in the world with this wealth. Why not? Why not? Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you.